Ouch. Hello, everybody, and welcome back into Brantford. The Brantford Bulldogs and the Toronto Hounds facing for the second and final time this season. Toronto coming off a 3-0 shutout the other night back in Toronto. They're on a 7-game winning streak after losing 5 of their last 6 beforehand. And here's Cleaver off the face-off in the zone. Early chance. Backhander. There's the opportunity off the crossbar. Right out of the gates, Toronto that close. The bouncing puck just about carried in. Here's Hayes, up on the wing for Morrison. Bulldogs in the zone. Bryson in net tonight. There's the shot. It's kicked out by his right leg. Woods circles back in his own zone. McKinley on the right side to Cleaver. He'll send it into the Bulldog zone. Penalty coming. It's going against the Brantford Bulldogs. McCoy circles back, still has control, holding on. And it bounces out to center. Finnegan on his backhand, feeds it up on the wing for McKinley. Re-enters the zone. He'll drop for Cleaver. In front the pass. And a swing and a miss. They touch up. Penalty coming to Brantford. The call slashing as Avery Hayes heads off. Both teams were unsuccessful on the power play last night. Toronto 0 for 2, Brantford 0 for 3. Here's the face-off, one back. Donovan tried to clear, didn't work. Gave it away in front. There's Lash, a backhand. Good save made there as Lawson picks it up. Sends it back around the far boards. Carr drops for Finnegan. Looks for a lane. He'll dish off for Lawson. Hit, lost the puck, and it's sent back down the ice. Finnegan resets in his own zone. A minute gone on the power play. Pass ahead finds Lash. Lash in over the line. Whining, waiting, shooting. Walkered away by Agorov. Wasn't fooled on that opportunity. Lash kept in. Winds and shoots. That's blocked. Another chance blocked. Into the corner it goes. Donovan banks it out. That's by Coffey and all the way back down. First power play of the night unsuccessful for Toronto. As here's Lawson on the right side. Gave that away through the middle of the ice. Carr being harassed. And it's given away there. Lash. Now Hayes on it. Out of the box with control to Winterton. Left side in over the Toronto line. He has a lane to the net and turned that over to Coffey. Pass on the right side. Lash sends it in. Chased after by the Wildhounds, but bounces right back out, and it's Ray who's on it for the Bulldogs. Ray moving in, shooting, he scores! It trickles home, and it's 1-0 Bulldogs early. So Brantford strikes first. Ray has his first of the season. Bryson's going to want that one back as it trickles over the line. And it went right between the 5-hole. He's been working on that recently, but didn't shut it down that time. Samuel Connors sending it wide of the Brantford net. It's picked up by the Bulldogs here in their own end. Ray with control. Up on the wing to Humphrey. So no shutout tonight for the Hounds. In comes Humphrey. Hit there. Shears has it, and Toronto carries it along. Penter on the right side. Penter taken down and bounces into the corner. Toronto's lost the last 2 games here in Brantford. Losers 3-2 and 2-1. As here's Joseph. He'll dish to the point. Nicholson lets it go. Good block there in front by the Brantford Bulldogs. Bruzhnikov. He'll feed it ahead to Ray. And chipped that center, but turned over to Toronto. Nicholson left side and in. Round the boards it goes. Samuel Connors has it. Connors to the net. He shoots. He just missed the far post. Plays it over to Shears. Shears has the lane. He'll shoot. Blocked through the traffic in front. 2.5 to go in the period. Toronto pressing now. And that pass comes out offside. 2:28 to go here in the first. 1-0 lead for the home side. Here's the draw just outside the Brantford line. One back by Toronto and sent in by Ryder. Round the boards far side. Luke Cleaver has it. Cleaver a backhand. Tried to open the 5-hole, but Agorov is there with the answer. Picked up again by Moore. Donovan now being pressured by Cleaver. Here's Donovan with it. Hit hard there. It bounces out front more to Hayes. That's played over to Brown on the wing. And Ryder took him into the boards. Here's Jackson. Up for Ryan McCoy. Sent back into the Brantford zone. We're through 1 here tonight. Here in Brantford, the Bulldogs 1, Toronto Wild Hounds nothing through 20 minutes. Shots a goal in the game are 5-2 Toronto, but they trail by 1. Hit 7-1 Toronto. Faceoffs 2 apiece. Power plays Toronto 0 for 1. Brantford hasn't had one. 1-0 for the Brantford Bulldogs through 20 minutes. Welcome into period 2 here tonight from First Ontario Centre. As the draw one back and controlled by Gruzhnikov. Sent ahead to Hayes. He'll dish off for Brown. Brown has the lane. Couldn't get the shot, though, and Finnegan carries it out to center. Resetting here is Morrison. He pickpocketed, and that's given away to Woods. Feeding it right back in. Hounds chase after it. McCoy with control. Winding, waiting, and shooting, and that was blocked in front of Agorov. Good defensive play by the Bulldogs. Here they come up the left side. Woods trying to catch up. There's the shot. Bryson the save. It's bouncing around to the paint, and there's going to be a fight here. Winterton and McKinley dropped the gloves as there was some contact on Bryson, and Winterton is down in a heartbeat. 2 punches later, that fight comes to an end. And both will go to the penalty box, 5 minutes for fighting. Shots in the game now, 5-3 Toronto. So Bryson interfered. He did complain to the official, and there was no call. Here's Janowski. That's blocked off an own Bulldog in front of the net. Nicholson carries it out. Pass on the right to Woods. Woods moves in, circles off Shirk. Shirk has it. Played for Gruzhnikov. Now Zhakai on the right side. He'll just chip it in. That's off the boards and out of play. And they'll do it again. Very tight game so far. Few amounts of shots on goal. And not many chances, a lot of blocks in this game. Here's Humphrey moving in. Humphrey shooting, save made by Bryson. His 4th tonight. As here's Humphrey. Woods with it back on the steal to McCoy. Ryan McCoy did not score last game. As Cleaver takes his man down. Gruzhnikov in his own zone, gave that away to Cleaver. Had it back but turned it over to Humphrey. Bulldogs right side and into the Toronto zone. Here's a step in on goal. Save made by Bryson. And he holds on for a face-off for Toronto here before the halfway mark. Face-offs in the game are 5-2 for the Brantford Bulldogs. They lead that department. And the draw one back, it's Carr. Finnegan, Toronto with control, and they get it out on the right side. Lash into the Bulldog zone. Coffey was there. It bounced over his stick. Now they steal it back. Here's Carr. Finnegan. Off to Nicholson through traffic, couldn't get the shot away. Lash looked, still looking, faking, shooting, he let it go and he just missed the far corner. Ryder, over, here's Jackson. He tried to get it to the net, fanned on and Donovan gets control. Turned it over, now Vanacker will get it out. And he just poked it out of the zone and now gets control for Brantford. Vanacker in his own corner, he has Donovan. Sent around the far boards for more. Here's Vandenbrink. To the middle of the ice, has a man on his left in Rebello entering the Toronto zone. Rebello breaking to the net. Good pickpocket from behind there by Riley Lawson, and his feed gets ahead. Here's Lawson, drops that back to Ryder. Off on the wing, that finds Jackson. 5 to go in the period. Here's another pass. Ryder lets it go. Save made out of midair. That was Coffey whacking away, but it doesn't find its way in the net. Morrison, Brown with it back. Here's Brown with a step in on goal. Save made by Bryson. As that one just missed the far corner. And now Roberts taken away by Coffey. Drops that back to Lawson. Winds and shoots. Good blocker save made by Agorov. Coffey back to the point. That goes all the way back down. And right to Bryson. He plays it out to Shears. Under 2 to go here, second period. 1-0 Brantford. Coffey, right side and in. Toronto setting up here. Here's a pass, and it's cut by White. Zhakai trying to go the other way, but it's taken back by Coffey. Coffey to the net, fakes, and now lets it go. It was blocked on the way through. Brown, here in his own corner, trying to get out of the period. Sent around the far boards, and it finds Morrison. And it ends the second period. 1-0 Brantford after 2. So Toronto had the edge last night going into the third on shutout watch. Tonight, Brantford goes into the third on shutout watch. 8 of 8 stopped by Agorov tonight so far. Shots after 2, 8-6 Toronto. It's 1-0 Brantford. The hits 15-5 Toronto. Faceoffs 5-3 Brantford. Power plays Toronto 0 for 1. Brantford has not had one. We head to the third, 1-0 Bulldogs. Welcome into period 3 here tonight for Brantford. Bulldogs with the edge. The goal came in the first early, and there's been nothing since. No scoring in the second. Here's Janowski. Morrison brings it in. In the corner down low, his pass to the front. There's Brown, and it's blocked by Woods. Finnegan. Toronto through center. That's played to Woods. Woods looking. Tried to feed that over. Too much passing by the Hounds. It's all about getting it to the net, and they've been looking for the perfect pass tonight. Here's Morrison on a steal. Good save made by Bryson. Bouncing puck came back out front, but it's McCoy who finds it. He'll turn up ice with Cleaver. Here's McCoy with a man on him. Still holds. He shoots. Down low. The save made. And Xhekaj will circle back in his own corner. Now Janowski through the middle of the ice with Brown on the left wing. Bumped off by McCoy. Pass finds Finnegan. Center and trying to get it in, but McCoy had to help him out. He feeds it to Cleaver. Cleaver with a lane, winds and shoots. That's blocked by Janowski and out. Here's a chance. Morrison one-on-one with Nicholson. He shoots. And a good block there by Kevin Nicholson is here's Ryan Woods to the middle of the ice. Off to Lash. No entry. It's sent right back in again now. 12.5 to go here in the third period. Still 1-0. Woods looks back. He has Shears. Back to Woods. Woods looking. He'll drop back. Nicholson lets it go. Blocker save made by Agorov. Woods back to Nicholson. He likes the shoot. Plays that back to Woods. Woods to the point for Shears. Shears moving in. He shoots. Glove save Agorov. Good test there by the Toronto offense as it's sent out. Lash on his backhand. Feeds it right back in. 9 to go, third period. Here's Coffey. Looks in front. There's the pass down low. And Agorov makes the save again. 8:45 to go, third period. 1-0 Bulldogs. They've had the net mining tonight. Here's the face-off right side. One back by the Bulldogs. Donovan to Moore. Up for Humphrey on the right side. Humphrey gave that away. Lodge with it. Up for Johnson. And he sends that into the Bulldog zone. Around the boards, Donovan. Here's Donovan. Still holding on. Playing it ahead to Winterton. Shears took his man into the boards. Here's Shears. Just about gave it away. Has to regroup. He does now for Lawson. Lawson has the pass ahead for Johnson. It's too far. And Lodge had the chase after it. It bounced to Agorov. He holds on. Down to 5:18 to go. Toronto, some early chances here in the third, but nothing since. They trail 1-0. Here's the face-off left side of the net. And it's controlled by the Bulldogs. Moore. That's 8 on the night for them and 3 for the Hounds. As Winterton enters. Right wing, trying to get that to the goal. It was blocked by Lodge. The lane, it's sent ahead for Johnson. Here's Johnson taken into the boards. And the Bulldogs regain control. Donovan in his own end for Winterton. Pass on the wing for Xhekaj. Knocked off there, Johnson. He has Jackson. His pass finds Woods. They're in. Here's Woods letting it go. Couldn't get a clean shot. And feeds it off the side of the goal. Bounces out front. That's Cleaver. And he took his man down. A great defensive play. Here's Cleaver centering it. They score! Ryan McCoy sitting at the right side of the net. And he taps it by the left leg of Agorov. And Toronto has tied the game with 1:04 remaining in regulation time. What a pass across. Luke Cleaver has had vision all season long. He finds McCoy, who's back on the score sheet. In the last 3 games, he did not score. And here's Lash to Coffey. Final minute of play here in the third period. That pass was cut by Xhekaj. Sent ahead to Morrison. Morrison, middle of the ice. Picked up. And he'll circle again for Xhekaj. Moving in, come the Bulldogs. Brown to the net. Stopped by Bryson. Playing it down. There's Jackson for Coffey. Left side and back into the Brantford zone. Around the board, Janowski. Hit by Carr. Carr has it. Looks in front. There's the chance. They whack away. But Agorov got his stick on it. Gruzhnikov. The pass ahead finds Brown. He plays it for Xhekaj. 20 seconds remaining in regulation time. Hounds in their own end. Finnegan. Coffey now. Chips off a leg, but he gets control, and here they come in, and it's given away to Gruzhnikov. Brown. 10 seconds remaining in regulation. Coffey ahead, given away to Morrison. Too many bad passes, but it doesn't matter. We will see extra time tonight here from Brantford. 1-1 through 60 minutes. The tightest game of the season for both clubs. Shots are going the game 15-8 for Toronto. 1-1 after 3 is where we stand. McCoy, the tying marker in the final minute. The hits 27-10 Toronto. Faceoffs 8-4 Bulldogs. Toronto 0 for 1 on the power play. Brantford hasn't had one. We go to overtime. Tied at 1. Welcome into overtime. Bulldogs and Wildhounds in their second and final regular season matchup of the year. Tied at 1, needing extra time. In come the Bulldogs. They have control off the face-off, but turned it over. McCoy gets sprung ahead. Here goes Ryan McCoy from the right side to the middle. In shoots! Save made by Agorov. And he holds on. A minute 29 into overtime. Ryan McCoy tried to play hero. Tied it in the final minute. And tried to get the game winner moments ago. Face-off won by the Bulldogs in their own end. McCoy had to be careful with it. Here come the Bulldogs with an opening. Janowski was taken down. Here's the pass. McCoy ahead to Woods. Woods is one-on-one. Looks back. That pass was cut. But he gets it right back on the bounce. Here's Woods holding at the zone. For Finnegan. Point blank. There's the chance. Stopped by Agorov. Woods holds it in. Now it's sent out. Here come the Bulldogs chasing after it, but Woods just got back to it in time. McCoy weaving his way. Couldn't hold the zone. It comes out. A minute 39 to go here in overtime. Sent back into the Toronto zone. Line changes for both teams. Here's Finnegan. He has the pass ahead that finds McCoy. Breaking is Ryan McCoy. On his backhand. Tried to get it to the net. He shoveled it wide. Here's Morrison. Up for Gruzhnikov. Now the Bulldogs come the other way. McCoy trying to defend on it. Here's the chance. It's poked away. And Cleaver has Finnegan ahead. Backhands it into the Brantford zone. Chased after by McCoy there. Kicked around to Cleaver. Cleaver to the point. And that gets by McKinley and back down into the Toronto zone. Last minute of play here in overtime. Here's McKinley. Feeds it ahead for McCoy. McCoy from the left side looking for a lane but turns back and now centers it off the boards. That ricocheted, still has it. Penalty coming to Brantford here in overtime. Here's McCoy spinning, shooting, glove save from the high swat by Agorov. And boarding will be the call here in overtime to the Bulldogs. Toronto to the power play. Power play 0 for 1 tonight, but the rest of overtime will be a power play here. They have one power play overtime winner this season, and it was also a road game. Here's Finnegan looking in front, and they couldn't get the tap in. It rolls to Agorov, a good poke check. And another face-off here in the Brantford zone. Well, if you're with us, it's been a tight game all night long, and it always is between these two teams. Tied at 1 here in overtime. Toronto sitting on a 7-game winning streak. Here's Carr, passing it off to Finnegan. And we are going to have another penalty here. Slashing is going to go against Noah Robles. And it's going to be a 5-on-3 for Toronto here in overtime with 33 seconds remaining in overtime. Here's the draw picked up by Moore. He needs to clear it in a hurry. Gave it away, pinned along the boards lash. Here's Coffey, looks, centers it over, off the boards and out. 20 seconds to go in overtime. Coffey back in. Looks for the setup. There it is. Finnegan in shooting. Good save made by Agorov. And he will hold on down to 14 seconds left here in overtime. Toronto not getting a clean setup here. They're up to 19 shots in the game now. And they win the draw. Trying to set up this 5-on-3. Finnegan to Lawson. 10 seconds to go in overtime. Drop to the point for Finnegan. Looks, shoots, tipped. Off the mark, it just missed. Lawson to Carr. 3 seconds. In, shooting, that's blocked. They whack away, and it doesn't get through. We will go to a shootout tonight here from Brantford. 1-1 through 65. Shots a goal after overtime. Toronto 21, Brantford 8. Hits are 28-11 Toronto. Faceoffs 12-6 for the Bulldogs. Toronto 0 for 1 on the power play. We go to the shootout. Welcome into the shootout. Round 1 here from Brantford tonight. We'll go to Toronto and it will be the captain, Ryan McCoy. McCoy has the goal for Toronto tonight. Here he comes with speed, looking from left to right, moving in. He scores! Beating Agorov to the right post. A perfect move in tight with the hands. 1-0 Toronto. Round one for Brantford. Here's Morrison. Left to right, Swoley, backhand, scores! They answer here in round one, and we are tied at 1 here in the shootout. Round two for Toronto. Ryan Woods. Here's Woods breaking, looking, shooting. He just missed the target. And Brantford has advantage now. Bulldogs will go with Winterton. Here he comes Swoley with the stick movements. He's stopped by the left leg of Bryson. Staying with him all the way, round three for Toronto, McKinley. He has a shootout winner this season. Here's McKinley going far left, in shooting. Blockers save Agorov. Good read there, and the Bulldogs with a chance to win. The shooter will be Shirk. Here he comes. Forehand, backhand, saved by Bryson. We'll go to extra rounds. And the shooter will be Luke Cleaver. He's been tricky the last few games. Here's Cleaver to the backhand. And it hit the post. Bulldogs another chance to win. Here's Jacky, far right, in on Bryson. He stopped against the right post. Another round will go. And it will be Alex Lash. Here's Lash with speed, now slowing it down, moving in. Lash sends it off the mark and wide. And the Bulldogs have another chance to win. Humphrey, here he comes. Left to middle. Off the post. He had Bryson beat. But it's off the iron and out. Danton Coffey for Toronto, another round. Here's Coffey, the boos rain down. Coffey in. Scores! Just sneaks it inside the left post against Agorov, and Toronto has the shootout lead. Beats him just under the blocker, and the Bulldogs must tie it. They had chance after chance to win, now they're behind. Gruzhnikov, here he comes. Backhanders, stopped by Bryson. And the Wild Hounds get the extra point, and they've won their 8th consecutive game. 2-1 the final here tonight from Brantford in a shootout. Perfect move by Danton Coffey, and you can see the patience. Perfect hands and tight. He goes to the left post. Everyone's been going to the right post here, and he decides to take it to the left side, and it sneaks underneath the blocker of Agorov for the shootout winner. So Toronto 8 consecutive wins now as the Bulldogs fall short after scoring an early first period goal and holding it to the final minute of the third. They blew it there. Overtime didn't solve it, but the shootout did, and Toronto comes away with the win tonight. They snapped their 2-game losing streak here in Brantford. They've lost the last 2 meetings on the road to the Bulldogs, but they snap it here tonight.